What's going on, everybody? JD De La Fuente with Bridging the Gap, and this is your co-host, Mr.
Aaron Aponte.
Guys, today we are talking about how to get unstuck. The fear's a liar, dude.
It's always a liar. This is amazing because I'm lifted up. I'm more inspired by what I want to do in my life.
I want to fail. If I don't get at least 10 a day, I'm like, what was I even doing?
Yeah.
I was playing it safe, dude.
You're learning from other people in their fields, and it's only going to allow you to grow in your field.
Aaron, what's up, baby? You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's
do
go,
this.
man. I'm fired up, dude. In the booth again today.
I know.
All these, dude, just watching some of the stuff that's happening within this podcast come to fruition in life brings me more like
Excitement.
fire, dude.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, and definitely got to let everybody know, man. Make sure you click that subscribe button. It's only going to get better and better.
That's right. Hit the subscribe, the likes, the follows, share with your friends.
Yes.
If you're getting anything out of these episodes, share with your friends. We want to bring you guys with us on this journey, man, because who knows where it's going, right?
Hey, I know where it's going. It's going to the top.
Come on.
It's going to
I
the
love
top.
it, dude.
It's going
I
to
love
the top.
that. I love that. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk about getting unstuck today. And like, you know, I think everybody, any of the listeners out there, you've been in a position in your life where you're like, dude, I'm stuck, right? Or you feel like you're stuck, right? And I know personally, I've had those feelings before where you're kind of like, man, I don't even know where to go. I don't know where to turn. Yeah. And you feel like you're just in the rat race, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about, man, how can we help listeners or in experiences within ourselves of times that we've been stuck or felt that way and had to come up with an action plan to move forward? Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest things is for all the listeners out there to know it's okay to be stuck. Like,
yes.
I think people beat themselves up when they get stuck and they're like, oh, I can't do what you're doing. Oh, I don't know the path. We all didn't. We all have been in that position where we were stuck, but we figured out how to get unstuck in the process. And so many times I see it all, I hear it all the time. I'm like, well, what did you do? Or how did you get there? Or the worst thing someone ever says to me is, oh, you're lucky. You're lucky.
That word.
I'm like, lucky? Shit, man, you don't know my struggle. You don't know the pain points. You don't know the times I felt like I wasn't succeeding or I woke up just dreading life. Like, nobody knows that story because it's not sexy on social media. We're not sharing the struggle. We're sharing the highlights of our life, right?
Like everybody else, right?
Yeah, that's the consistent norm. And so when I hear you're lucky, I'm like, lucky what? Lucky when I was broke? Lucky when I had bill collectors call me? What part of lucky was I in that aspect, right? Like I had to figure out how to get unstuck. And it happens, you guys, it happens frequently. And I think as the older you get, shoot, man, I'm in my mid 40s and doing career changes, you know, and it happens. It's like, if you're not happy with your current situation, you have the power to change it. And I think people just accept their life for what it is and they're miserable and they're going through that process of just being miserable and like, well, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. No, that means if you have that feeling in your heart and soul, like I need to do something more in my life, then do it. But find a path that makes you happy and so that you can be able to do the things that you want to do in your life. And in that process, you're right now feeling stuck. Like, man, what do I do? Which way do I go? What direction do I go? I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of struggling financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is. And find that path. And I know, JD, you've been in that situation before. I know I have. So share with us and the listeners, like, how did you get out of it?
Man, you said something that 2 words, you have the power. Like, you have the power. And like, sometimes that's all it takes, dude, is just recognizing exactly what you said. You have the power to change. So if you can actually accept that, then you can start changing. I have the power. Like saying that, dude. Like if you're listening, say that. I have the power to change and recognize that and do something with it, right? And you see the vision for yourself. Man, I've been in some places where I just, you know my story. Dude. You know where I've been, and sometimes that's what it takes. And when people ask you, man, why are you so motivated? Why are you so this and that? I was like, because I've been in a place that I hated. And until you've been in a place that you never want to go back to, you'll never understand how I feel about what I get to do every day. Like I get to come here and do this with you today. You know? So, man, I was so stuck. And I believed that I was stuck for a long time when I was back at the railway. I was like, you don't know the future, right? Yeah. But you have a vision, and I for some time there, I did feel like I don't know what else is out there for me.
Yeah.
But I knew it wasn't that. So recognizing that it wasn't what I was living and going, man, how do I start to make the change, or what do I need to do to start preparing for a different future for myself, for my family, for Shayla, for the boys, and the legacy for our kids. So I think for me, getting unstuck was just recognizing that my soul wasn't fulfilled where I was at. Mm-hmm. And I think so many people feel that, dude.
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
I know people feel that because I've had so many conversations with people in real lifetime going, dude, I want to do what you do. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude, I want you to do what I do too.
Yep.
But I want you to want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want you to just look at somebody and go, man, that's what I want. It's like, you got to feel it in your heart. You got to be passionate about what you're doing. But man, when I was at the railway, I used to write visions and dreams, and I would just sit there, dude, because I had a lot of downtime. And so that's where a lot of like my creative mind would go. Was just I had nothing else to do. I'm in a room smaller than this, and I'm just beating my head against literally the glass because that's all there is to do. And I just start writing, dude. I'm like, man, what is things that dreams and like visions and goals. And so that's what helped me like start to see it. And the more I would write things out, the more I'd start to believe they could happen.
Yep.
And I would see those visions. And man, it's crazy to think it's been 10 years or so since a lot of that has it's happened. And just to look back, it's so crazy, man, to just be here talking about it and going back in time and feeling those emotions and going, dude, this shit happened.
Yeah.
Like in real life, right? But it starts with you, the power of you making that conscious decision on this isn't what I want. Is it scary? Hell yeah, dude.
Yep.
It's very scary. And you don't know. Like, it's just, it goes back to like just taking that leap, man. We've done episodes on that.
Yeah.
Just like taking that leap of faith and going. But man, to get unstuck, it's like, people are stuck in their jobs. They're stuck in relationships. They're stuck in habits and routines that aren't in, they're not fitting your best interest for your future goals. Mm-hmm. Right. So many people we talk to, man, they're like, and somebody on here is listening right now. Right. And you're like, that's me. I'm stuck. I feel stuck.
Yeah.
And I've helped a lot of my friends and coworkers that I used to work with at the railway, like kind of like coach them through that of like one of my good buddies, Trent, man, he was working at the railway. He had time on me. He'd been there a long time. And I'll never forget some of the conversations that him and I had about like just, I was already gone and he was just kind of hanging by a thread. He actually is a broker now. He's a real estate broker. And just watching him and his story unfold, it's like he was stuck, dude. And he truly felt like, man, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And when you get to a breaking point of whatever it is in your life, you'll know.
Yep.
Like you'll know at that moment and go, okay, like I have to pivot and I have to make a change.
Yep.
And so, man, just, being able to help people get unstuck, it's not that hard, but I had a very hard conversation with him and I just said, he's like, he had to pull the trigger. And I'm like, dude, look, you just have to do it. Mm-hmm. Like you're going to sit here and talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. And he came to one of our meetings. He was still working the railway. He came to one of our meetings and somebody there took him aside too and talked to him. And he was like, man, she told me the same stuff you've been telling me. Sometimes you just need to hear it a different way from someone. And I'll be damned, dude. He didn't quit like shortly after that and said, dude, I'm all in. So, but he had the vision, he knew he had the power within.
Yeah.
To make something happen for himself. But man, my advice is just, having a vision, for the future, getting unstuck. That's what we're talking about today. But it's more than just that, It's you're not going to just wake up one day and be like, well, today's the day, There's got to be some sort of a transition out or in. I'm relating everything to a job that I hated.
Yeah.
But there's just so many, there's more ways that people feel stuck. You're in the health and wellness space. So I can only imagine how many people feel that way, where they come to you, man, Aaron, I'm struggling with this, and this, and they probably feel stuck. Like, how do you coach them through that?
That's a great question. I think the biggest thing is I always ask people, what do you want?
What do you want?
No, I mean, that's the number one question. What do you want? Like, what do you want in regards to your health, your fitness, your finances? What do you want? And most people don't know what they want. I mean, genuinely, like, people are listening around, they don't know what they want. They don't know if they want to be healthy. They don't know if they want to lose weight. They don't know if they want to switch jobs, careers, businesses. They don't know what they want. And so they stay in that rat race of, I call it the chase to mediocrity. You're just chasing the same, level of mediocrity. And at the end of the day, I truly believe, and I tell my clients this, I tell my friends this, I'm like, God did not make you to be average.
Brother.
I mean, he did not create you to be average. Like, I think
that one more time.
People need to understand that he didn't create you to be average. And so we end up being average because we accept what our life has been given instead of, challenging ourselves to get out of that situation. And,
yes.
And I think it all boils down to, the number one question: what do you want? And then what are you willing to do to get it? Like, one of my favorite scenes recently is, the movie was horrible. It was a horrible movie. It was Marlon Wayne's new movie. It was a football movie, and he's grabbing him by the helmet. He goes, "What do you want?" And he's like, "What are you willing to sacrifice?" And the player screams back, "Everything." That right there, to me, it's so impactful because it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice? And that's the number one question you ask people, and they don't know what they're willing to sacrifice. They're like, "Oh, I got a family. I'm not willing to sacrifice." You can do all of that and more and give your family the life that they deserve if you sacrifice something. There has to be something you want to sacrifice, whether it's TV, whether it's, scrolling on social media, whether it's, just wasting time, not doing what you want to do. There's something you got to sacrifice. And I learned this a long time ago. If I want to get to where I want to go, I have to be willing to sacrifice the things that I like for something that I love. And I remember hearing that, and I'm like, holy crap, that's so powerful because you know what I liked? I liked playing video games. I liked watching TV. I like watching movies. I could tell you every show that was on TV, but that wasn't going to get me to my goals and dreams. So I had to be willing to sacrifice that and pull away from doing that to be able to go after things I love. I love traveling. I love, being able to not look at a price tag to be able to buy something for my family and my kids and to be able to afford to be comfortable living. Yeah. That's what I love. I love being able to see my family, visit my family. That's what I love. But I can't get that if I'm just willing to enjoy my likes. So once I shifted that mindset, it changed everything. And I went from like, oh man, I'm not watching TV as much anymore. I'm not on my phone as much anymore. I'm not scrolling social media as much anymore. I'm all about intention now.
Right.
And I think once you become intentional with your vision and your goals and what you want, it all falls into place. But the number one thing I will tell everyone is you have to be consistent in all aspects of life. You cannot be consistent on being inconsistent. Like you can't do that because there's so many people that do that all the time.
Right.
They'll go to the gym a few times a week, work out a few times a week, or they'll show up for their business a few times a week. And I'm like, you're never going to get where you want to go. Right. And that's why you're stuck because you're so consistent on being inconsistent. Or the other way where you can show up every single day and be grateful that you have that day to show up for and go attack your day with intention and determination and be willing to sacrifice. Hey, maybe you might not be able to watch a show that day, or maybe you're not be able to hang out with your kids as long as you want, but you're going after you're going after your goals and your dreams for your future. Right. And that sacrifice is so, oh my gosh.
That word is so powerful, man. My dad used to say that word. And when I was a kid, I hated it, man. I don't even like the word hate. I don't hardly use it except for this one person recently that's got under my skin. That's another story. But my mom said, "Oh, you just said the H word." I was like, "I did. This lady she's driving me crazy." But we don't use that word. So I didn't like that word. Dad used to always say sacrifice, man. And he's like, "Oh, it's a sacrifice." And I'm like, whatever, and so I just as a kid, I used to hate that word. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Oh, it's sacrifice." And I'm like, I didn't understand it. I didn't get what he was throwing down until I, in my adulthood. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's what that means. And then I look up the word. I went to the dictionary. I'm like, well, it's basically saying giving up something here for something else.
Yep.
And I never understood what he was saying. He's like, you know, you got to sacrifice something. And he's like, sometimes I sacrifice my time and my sleep for going to work earlier.
Yep.
So I can come back home and take you to donuts before we go to school, you know, and things like that, you know. So he was sacrificing his sleep for this, you know. So it's so valid, man. It's so true. And when I look at it now as an adult, I'm like, man, now I'm trying to help my kids understand that too, because I'm like, dude, everything you do or don't do can be a sacrifice for whatever it is that you want your future to look like. And so now I get to talk to my kids about that, and you know, and they don't understand it fully, but I think they get
grasping the concept. Yep.
Yeah, and having those conversations, man,
so powerful.
I think that I'm like, man, if I had the mindset that my kids have now, as a kid, I can just imagine what that's gonna look like in 10 years. Yeah, like I'm nowhere near perfect, dude. I'm far from it. But one thing I do take a lot of pride in is coaching my kids constantly on whatever, dude, just life and mindset, and, you know, like just helping them understand the things that I've learned over the years and have them implement it now at 10. Yeah. You know, and then like they're not going to fight the same battle I fought at 25 because they're going to see it at 12. Yep. And I'm like, man, I love that. So the word sacrifice is so powerful, man. I'm glad you said that word, man, because it's like, whew.
It's like one of my, honestly, every time I hear that clip, it rings in my ear because it's so powerful. Like, what are you willing to sacrifice? And I think everybody that's listening to it, there's got to be something. There's got to be something. And I know I hear this all the time. And this is one of my favorite sayings, man. Never let your why be your biggest excuse. Oh, and it's going to be somebody out there that's going to hear that and go, dang, because everybody says, you know, when you ask the number one question, what is your why? Or who is your why? My kids, my family. Well, then why are they your biggest excuse? And that to me is so powerful because when I heard that almost 10 years ago. And it resonated with me because I constantly hear, well, I just don't have time for this because I have my kids and I have the sports and I have this and I have that. And I'm like, well, then you're using your kids as your excuse. They're not your why, they're your excuse. And that's going to be, for those out there listening, that's going to be something that they have to really ask themselves. Like, if I want to give my family the best life that they deserve, I have to be willing to sacrifice something. And I'm not telling you to sacrifice your time with them, but you have to sacrifice something to give them the life that they deserve. If it means going to bed earlier, waking up earlier, then that's your sacrifice. Like I go to bed, JD, I'm in bed at 8:39, man. But I'm up at 4:35 in the morning. Right. I'm not staying up late watching TV and scrolling social media. I'm in bed because I'm willing to sacrifice going to bed early, to be up early, to be rise and grind while everybody else is sleeping. I'm chasing after my goals and dreams. While everybody else is in bed dreaming, I'm up chasing my dreams. It's a massive difference. Man. I'm not up I'm up 1, 2 in the morning. No, I'm in bed because I know I'm about to wake up earlier when everybody else is sleeping. Yep. And it's not, I'm not racing anyone else but myself. Come on. And I think that's somebody needs to hear that. Like, I'm not in no competition with anybody else but myself. The man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror.
Let's go.
That's your biggest competition. And that's the person that's going to either excel you to success or keep you where you're at or put you in failure.
I love that. Yeah, that's like, straight fire, bro.
There's no in between, man. Like, that's the person that's going to, it's you. It's you versus you. It's not you versus, you know, your spouse or you versus your friend on social media that's killing it. It's you versus you. Yes. And at the end of the day, when you are willing to know what you want, then nobody can stop you from getting it. And I think so many people don't understand that concept because they're too busy in comparison mode. And I love telling people, like, comparison is the death of joy. It's going to steal your happiness away if you compare.
100% will.
I ain't comparing myself to nobody. Shit, I'm happy for everybody. You winning, I'm winning, we all winning, right?
Oh, dude, that's what I love about our crew, man. Yep. We're all on the same wavelength, man, with that exact same thing. You're winning, we're all winning. Yeah. Like, dude, we're building this table out long. Everybody's going to sit down and eat.
Everybody's going to sit down and eat.
It's so great, man. Oh, man, you got me fired up.
I know, man.
So many things. Yeah, I'm just like, let's go.
The brain's like going in like, all right, we got this. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, you if you're too busy comparing yourself, you will stay miserable because you're looking at somebody else's highlight, but you never realize what they went through to get it. Come on. Yep. And I say that respectfully. I've been broke. Hell, I was broke. Let me run this back. November, I made a horrible decision. But I look back at it now, and it's probably the best decision I could have made. Even though during that time frame, walking away from a business, I was making residual income, and jumping into a company that pretty much just ruined my finances for 4 months. And I had no income coming in other than my training business. And that wasn't income enough to, justify my bills. Yeah, there was I had no income coming in, but I made a decision like, all right, I'm going to get out of this stuck feeling. Like, this is bad. Like, that was probably the worst I have been in a decade or longer.
Oh, I know.
I mean, back to 2013, I remember telling you all this. And I had to make a decision. Do I continue wanting to struggle? Do I continue wanting to blame others? Do I continue wanting to have, anger in my heart and soul? Or do I do something about it? And I did something about it.
Yep.
And I made a decision that I was going to get unstuck. I was going to get out of that shitty situation I was in. And and for all those that's listening, you got to make a decision. I want out of this. If you're not happy in your current situation, then get out of it. And one of my favorite sayings, man, I'm going to drop another fire line, is your current situation is not your final destination. And man, I think about it now. I'm like, holy shit, man, I had no money. Like, I was broke. Like, it was so bad. And I mean, hell, I got collection letters just as proof that I was in that situation. So people don't say, oh yeah, you don't know what I'm going through. Oh, you sure about that?
Yeah.
You sure about that? Don't look at, where I'm living at or how my house looks to think I wasn't struggling. I was struggling, right. But I made a decision. And I had to be willing to go all in on that decision to get out of that situation. And that's another thing. I'm gonna jump into the same topic, but you have to be willing to go all in on what you want. You can't go 1 foot in, 1 foot out and expect to have success.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen.
Yep.
Well,
it's just what you said earlier, and it comes back down to the consistency of just, the basics, man. Like, stick to the plan. But the problem that I see is that there's so many distractions, dude. Yep. There's so many, like what we talked about earlier, everybody's pulling you in a different direction. Yep. Like, there's so much right here at your fingertips, which is great, but it's also a curse because we've got everything readily available right here at our thumbs, and we're seeing this and we're seeing that, and we're like, man, let's try this and let's try that. Let's do this and let's do that. It's like, dude, if you just stick to the 1 or 2 things, you'd be great at in 6 months instead of jumping to this and jumping to that. And there's just so many distractions. Yep. Learning what to say no to is something I'm trying to master now. It's like, man, the other day, I said no to 4 things within like an hour. I mean, dude, my schedule has been over my head. Yeah. I'm just like, I just told my dad yesterday, I'm like, I'm nuts deep in everything right now. Just, there's no time right now. I'm in one of those seasons where it's grind time. Yep. But learning, the other day I was like, I was bragging really on myself because I just told Shayla, she's like, what are you laughing at? I was like, man, I just told these fools no. Like, no. And she was like, no to what? I was like, no, I'm not going to go play golf tonight. No, I can't come over to the deal to go buy new clubs. No, I can't make it to this breakfast tomorrow. No, I'm not going to your happy hour. And I do like 5 things that were just like, no. But it was like looking at my calendar and going, yes. And there was 4 really important things I needed to get done. And there was like 6 other distractions. But I struggle with that. And that's been a thing for me, is like learning what to say no to. Yeah. Like, is it bringing you joy? Are you passionate about it? Is it moving the needle any closer to where you want to be? Yes or no? Yeah. It's real simple. But for me, I'm in the business of people, right? So I need to be around all these people. But when I looked at who I was saying no to and what I was saying no to, I was like, man, I was able to speak at this event, and it was anything after 6, 7 o'clock in the evening is difficult for me because I have kids. I've got a wife. We've got, practices. We've got activities, all of the things. So I said no to all these other things, and she was like, well, you've got a huge event coming up tomorrow that you're going to be on a stage at in front of a lot of people, and that's what you're saying yes to. And it made me think, the light bulb went off. I was like, you're right. Like, that's where I need to be. All these other little, these little things are not where I need to be. Yep. And, for example, we're in the real estate world, dude. You can go to a meetup, a happy hour, a breakfast brunch every day if that's what you want to do. And you're going to be around other real estate professionals, which is I love because I love networking with my local agents. But when you're looking at like what you have to get done versus some, last week I'd considered those a distraction from where I was trying to go. So just saying no, it was empowering to me when I looked back and go, man, I don't ever do that.
Yeah.
But if you can be consistent with that, that's what helps the needle move for me.
Say yes to what's meaningful to you.
Yep.
Say yes to what's gonna benefit you in your future. And I'm right there with you, man. Like I couldn't make it to your event. I had something already, last week I had something set up, and I hated to say no to you because I was like, man, I want to support my boy. But ironically, I had something set up that was meaningful to me. I had to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not easy, man, because you want to say, like these are your people you want to support and be there for. But at the end of the day, you also have to make sure you take care of you as well, because I think a lot of times we get into that rhythm and routine. Yes, everything. Mm-hmm. And then we're burnt out. And then that's what burnout leads to. And then when you're burnt out in that situation, like, well, this is not benefiting me. And then you get back into stuck mode. Mm-hmm. And you're not in progress mode anymore. You're in stuck mode. And I love that you said that, because I got an event this Sunday, and I normally would say no. Sunday, it's my day of rest. That's God's day. Yeah. God created the day for, like go to church and I'm resting. Yes, and I said yes to it because I'm like, I know this is going to lead me somewhere. Even, I get to speak again on a stage. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Like I get to do what I love doing again. And it's a sacrifice. I'm usually with my family. Yeah. I'm hanging out, relaxing, just enjoying life, catching up on stuff in the house on Sundays. And I was like, you know what, though? This is going to be meaningful for my future. And I want to do something that, like you said, evenings are horrible. Same.
What is it? What's the deal?
It's a business event just to going over some business opportunity. And I love it because I'm the special guest. I'm like, that's dope. So yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah, get me back on that stage. And
that's that's your passion. And that's one of your gifts. So you're saying yes to the right thing.
Getting back to what I love doing. And that's something that everyone needs to hear. Get back to doing what you love doing, whatever it may be. Man, I have so many conversations with clients and they just fall into this rut of life, of living life, and just wake up, go to work, come home, take care of the kids, feed the kids, get them ready for bed, and repeat. And then they're just at the weekends, they're like, what do I do now? Well, what do you love doing? Do what you love doing, because life is short as shit.
Brother, yesterday we were walking into we went to one of our really good friends' corporate parties, and we're walking in, and I'm just like, man, this is going to be so cool. Yeah. Like they got the suite, they got the spread, the whole thing. And I was just like, man, I feel like Shayla and I are walking through the stadium. We're like an hour early. We're never early, but we wanted to experience the whole thing. And Shayla and I were talking, and she was like, man, I feel like we've just been so busy. We haven't had time to even enjoy the moment. Yeah. And I was like, dude, you're so right. Like like I was saying, dude, like today you're like, dang, bro, you look tired. I was like, brother, I am. I'm dog ass tired. That's facts. But yesterday she said that, and she's like, man, I feel like we've just been going so hard that, it's like, it's the season, man. And I embrace it. I don't get overwhelmed. I don't let myself, even though it's a struggle. I try not to get overwhelmed, because I know it's just a season that we're, it's the real estate roller coaster, man. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. And right now, like she said the other day, she's like, right now you're climbing that mountain, and like you're going to get to the top in a week, whatever. And then the end of the month's going to look different. But she said, feel like we've been working so hard that we're just like in this, like haven't enjoyed anything for 2 weeks. And I was like, you're right, dude. But check this out. We got a babysitter. It's you and me time right now. We're going to go spend this time with some really amazing people. And we're going to get to enjoy the rest of our evening like worry free, And that moment right there was like because you have to take the time to realize in that moment that you are living the dream. Yep. But sometimes it feels like an overwhelming dream, and yesterday was that little moment for us. It was just like, relax, dude. Yeah. We're here. Like we're doing it. And just love like, zooming out and looking at the big picture is something we have to recognize, because when you're in that grind mode and you feel like you're stuck, right, for like the last 2 weeks, and just like what's going on, dude? It's like freaking, I'm the fireman just putting out all these fires. You feel stuck there for a minute, and it's easy to feel like I was feeling that pressure.
Yeah.
And then, that little moment yesterday happened, and I'm like, yeah, am I tired? Yep. Am I going to get up and do it? Yep. Am I going to show up? Yep. Am I here today? Yep. All yeses, and it's just what it takes, brother.
Yeah, man. And I hope, this episode helps someone, because there's so many people that's there and they're thinking, man,
come on.
I like you nailed it when you said there's so many people saying so many different things can pull you in so many different directions. And it's the truth. But at the end of the day, like, for those that's listening and all the listeners that's out there and subscribers and future subscribers, like, just know we've been in your shoes. Like, it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, we're just talking out our ass because it sounds good.
Right.
Like, we've been there. We understand what it's like to be broken, but we also understand what it's like to fix ourselves and get back on. Yeah, and build and get back on track.
Yes, man. Broke to build is just part of the process. And like, the reason, if you're new to our page, if you're new follower, the reason that we do this is because we want to help other people bridge the gap from where they are to where they want to go.
Yep.
And make an impact on their life. These are true, like, we don't script these things. We don't know what's about to come out. We have a topic and we run with it.
Yep.
And our goal is to share real life shit with people and just be vulnerable, man, and tell you like what we've been through. Because something I've learned along the way is if you can learn from other people's mistakes and not make that same mistake, then you're going to win faster. And that's the goal here, is for me to be able to go, man, this is what I failed at. This is what I struggled through. Don't do this, this, and this, but do this, this, and this, and help someone out there put a fast track to bridge the gap from where they are to where they want to be. And if we can help anybody watching, man, reach out, give us a follow, shoot us a message. We're both on all socials, anywhere. My number's everywhere, dude. So, I know Aaron's the same way. We're like an open book, dude. If you need anything and you want to just talk about whatever your future looks like, we want you to sit at our table.
Yes. Love it, man.
So super excited, man. Good stuff.
This was really good.
I hope everybody is enjoying this. Again, give us a follow. Share something with a friend. If you're going through something, don't hesitate to reach out. We want to help you too.
Yes, sir. Love it.
All right, guys. Well, I guess now is the time. We are going to go into our fun episode.
I love this time.
Send it or end it. We got Patrick back here behind the scene. Producer Patrick. Oh man, we need to flip the screen on this guy. We should
we always on us.
We need to put we should put one, like a video right here.
Yeah, we need one more camera in the budget. Yeah.
The budget is negative right now. So,
yes.
We got a phone though. We'll be like, that's what I'm gonna
hit
do.
that subscribe.
All right.
Goes up.
Send it or end it. Peptides.
Send it or end it. Peptides.
Me? I'll let you go, JD, first. I could go into that conversation.
This is a whole episode. I'm uneducated, so I can't make a good educated,
decision
comment on that. I would say, from what I do know, I'm saying like full send.
Full send.
But I don't know enough about, different. I know there's just, it's the hype right now, dude. Everybody's on a peptide or some kind of shot, some sort of something. I think it's like the new, what did I see the other day? It's like the new version of like a multivitamin, and but 10 times better.
So I'm going to send it because I'm actually using peptides.
Okay.
Because I'm tired of this dad bod. No, I'm just kidding. I'm using.
Like, hey, does it work?
No, no, please stop. I'm using peptides for my knee. Because I've had knee pains and knee issues. Since my military days.
Yes.
And what I've learned from it is it does work. You just have to be cautious with how much you use. What I'm seeing now in the industry, because I'm in the health and fitness space,
right,
is people overusing peptides. I saw a post the other day, actually yesterday it was, this lady had 6 different needles for 6 different peptides. I'm like, number one, that's overdoing it. Number two, damn, how much money you got in your bank account to be spending that much? Because it's a lot. Like, peptides aren't cheap.
They're not cheap.
You can get them cheap, But that's your point. You don't know what you're putting in your body at that point. Like you're injecting some poison in your body, and you'll never know, right? If you get them cheap. And number 3, is that long lasting? Is that sustainable, right?
Right.
So what I'm on BP 157, and it helps with your joints, and it helps, like kind of repair your joint tissues.
Nice.
And it's good, especially if you have any kind of injuries or you're older and you kind of feeling like something, it's not working their way. I would recommend it. There's different peptides for other issues that people take place. And there's also peptides for trying to get rid of visceral fat, which I get. As you get older, it gets harder to get rid of the visceral fat. Everything starts to stick as we age. And so I saw a post the other day, and somebody said, "Man, what would you do younger? What would you, how would you, change your habits when you're younger?" And I'm like, "Shit, I would have ate all the ice cream back in the day. Eat it now, boy. That bad boy, you could gain 2 pounds over the weekend eating like shit now."
Bro.
But it's.
Yes.
I would say honestly, man, I would say send it, but do your research. Don't just rely on ChatGPT for your research, because it will tell you what you want to hear. Do your research, but don't overdo it. I truly believe that peptides are the future. I believe they will be everywhere. I remember about 5-7 years ago. I don't want to say 5 years ago. It's actually longer. I would say 7 to 10 years ago, CBD was the future, right? Patrick, remember that CBD was, and now you don't really hear much about CBD anymore, right? Peptides is going to be the new, CBD per se, but I think it will last longer. I think it's going to be in the industry for the next 5 to 10 years, but it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be to the point where you will see it in Costco. You'll see it everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, it's already actually, Costco's going to have their own version of peptides.
Wow.
So it's just, you're going to see it everywhere. And I do think but do your research, speak to a physician. Don't speak to your friend selling it on social media. Speak to someone who's educated in that background, whether it's a nurse practitioner or somebody has a clinic, or somebody who has experience in that field or understands how the body works, as opposed to your friend, your stay-at-home mom that's selling peptides. Make sure you find out who is doing it properly, and then research in that capacity, and then grow from there. So yeah, send it all the way. I love peptides. I think it's the future.
Send it.
What you think, Patrick?
I'm going to defer to you on this one, Aaron. You are our resident fitness expert.
Yes.
I've read some about these peptides. And I like what I see. I'm skeptical. You talked about CBD, which is an interesting comparison. The CBD stuff I never quite got. I thought there was a bunch of potheads trying to
get it legal.
No,
hey, you do.
It was a $1 billion industry, man, and it fell pretty quick.
And I think CBD it's probably helping some people too. But
Yeah.
peptides, I believe in a little more.
Yeah,
I'm waiting
same.
to see what's up. I might hop on it too with you, man.
He's
we'll
getting rid of that
send
dad
it.
bod.
Sounds like he
That's
said
right.
send
Future
it.
dad bod.
So we're all sending
Send
it.
it.
What's
the next one?
We'll send that. Skydiving. Send it or end it.
Oh, well, it depends. Is it my last day? And do we know if it's your last day? Oh, send it, dude. Send it.
Why not?
Like, am I going to go do it? I don't know. Probably not.
You can't say send it if you ain't
But
gonna do it.
I'm like, go do that, though. Like, if that's what you want to do, go do that.
JD, you should do it.
I mean, I think it's so cool. And like, I
it.
did want to do it when I was younger. Michelle says my life expectancy is like low.
Yeah.
It's running on fumes, because I've almost died like 9 times, like legit, that I should have been dead. So I'm like, they always say cat has 9 lives. I feel like those are my 9. I'm like, do I really want to
JD's got 10.
JD's got
good.
I'm living on borrowed time, right?
Yeah,
So
we all are though.
that's facts. So,
all
but
are.
I am a firm believer, man. Do what you want to do in your life. And for me, I'm like, dude, full send it. It's just not probably for me, like right now in this very moment, that I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I'm a literally send it to the moon. I want to do it. I actually,
Hell yeah.
crazy story. I was gonna be a paratrooper in the Army.
Oh,
Straight up, I was gonna go to paratrooping school. I was all about that, jumping
That's
out of a
so
plane, and
adrenaline junkie.
literally, I was gonna. And the only reason I didn't because I was in basic and AIT for so long. It was about 4.5 months, and then paratrooping was right afterwards, and it was during Christmas time. And I was 18, man. I was young. I was like, oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to be away for Christmas, like a dummy. Yeah, it was stupid reason. When I think back to it now, but yeah, man, I wanted to jump out of a plane in my 40s. My wife was like, no, absolutely not. Like, you're out your mind if you think I'm going to be raising 3 kids by myself. Like, you're damn out your mind, you know? So I love it though, man. I do want to do it once in my life to say I did it.
Yeah.
I think it's just fascinating, man. If I go out like that, man, I went out on top. Literally above it. I went out on top. You can't go out any more than that. Yeah, you land on the bottom and shit. You splat. She went out on top.
This is quick and painless.
Yes. All right, Patrick, what you got? What you say about that?
If it was up to me, I would end skydiving. But I'm probably going to end up doing some skydiving sometime in the next 5 years because of my wife. It's like one of her dreams. So
That's cool, dude.
I'll do anything for her, even if I'm scared out of my my mind
that
doing it.
That will be an amazing video to watch.
No doubt. Did you see him, dude? He's got the goggles. He's just like,
hair's flying back.
Yeah, hair's flying back.
Dude.
I'm terrified.
Mouth all the way back here. Just
Rachel strapped to my back, loving every moment.
Yeah.
I'm like, ah.
yeah.
No, I'll end it. I'll send it.
Nice.
I'll end it, but send it.
Oh, yeah. I'm mixed on that. It's like, but I'm still send it, dude, because it probably brings a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's super cool. It's like, dude, I jumped out of a plane.
Yeah, and you face your biggest fear because that's literally probably everybody's biggest fear.
The phrase "I jumped out of a plane" is pretty badass.
Yeah, it is. And then that video would be amazing unless you shit on yourself. Then it won't be amazing.
Still, that's good content.
That's good content.
Get views.
I shit on myself jumping out of a plane, but I did it.
The brown streak, boy.
Yeah.
All right, one more, gentlemen.
One more. Love it.
Sports betting. Send it or end it. It's blowing up right now. Getting very popular.
Dude, send it. Is it a scam? Probably.
I'm torn on that one.
I mean, I don't sports bet, but I'm a gambling freak. I live my life just gambling every day. Anyways, right? So, I mean,
I'm the opposite, man. I'm gonna end it. It's ruining sports. It genuinely is ruining the game. You can tell it's ruining the game. Like, I'm a big, like right now I love watching basketball playoffs. You could tell like these refs, it's just ruining the game, man. Like everything's point spread. Everything's all about like how many points, and it's just the spread, and everything's feels controlled. And it's only gonna get worse as time progresses. Once these referees and umpires and all that stuff got money in their pockets, like for all I know, they probably already do. It's going to get worse before it gets better, because once you put gambling into sports, it changes the dynamics. I mean, think about it. We had one of the best hitters of all time in baseball. Didn't make it to the Hall of Fame because he gambled on his own team. Think about that for a second. Pete Rose didn't make it to the Hall of Fame, one of the best hitters of all time. Yeah. Nobody will ever catch his record. But he didn't make it because he gambled on his own team. Which now, you think about it now, how many players are throwing games away, because of gambling. And it's starting to get even worse as time progresses because of social media and because everything's so analyzed. So to me, you're seeing the difference in these games now than before. Like the scores.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, and I'm
not like all into it.
But I mean, don't get me wrong.
I get that.
I always thought about like gambling because I love watching the game, and I would put money on a team, but at the same time, like I'm buying into what's ruining the sport. As a whole. And it's just a matter of time before it ruins every sport. It's not just, baseball, basketball, football. It's going to be bigger sports. It's going to be boxing is going to be involved with fighters throwing fights,
Hey, it's like this. If you guys want to if you want to bet on something, go bet on the horses, bro.
Yeah, no.
Let them run.
The ponies. Yeah. Betting on the ponies.
Betting on the ponies.
Yeah,
that's what we used to say.
That Kentucky Derby just went down, dude.
Exactly.
That was like the craziest thing.
Did you
I mean, that's considered a sports bet, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, who knows, man?
I mean, it's an animal. I mean, you don't know what they're gonna do. That was insane, though. That rider came from. Shout out to that rider, Puerto Rican. Came from the back. Yeah, came from the back and won. Him and his brother placed first and second, which is insane.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was the first ever female trainer to win.
How crazy cool is that?
It was amazing. I mean, like if you watch him from the back all the way to the front, like you could gamble on that, but how are you gonna know what they're gonna do? It's unpredictable, but sports gambling though, I'm not a fan of it, man. I feel like it's actually going to ruin the game. It's just a matter of time before one of your favorite team loses because somebody threw the game.
Yeah, one of my buddies, Shane, he owns a sports betting business, so I'm like, I gotta send it for my boy, dude. Like, do your thing, baby.
Shane, I don't know you, man, but I hope you have a prosperous business.
He does, dude. He's crushing it.
Sports betting. I'm gonna send it. I love everything you just said. There's probably some regulatory things that need to happen. Obviously, I don't think you should be betting on your own team or against yourself if you're a player. That's crazy.
That seems
and I have
scammy.
seen stories about that happening, which is nutty.
I believe it.
But I'd send it. I think you can gamble responsibly, probably, and if nothing else, I believe in freedom and people should be able to make their own choices. So
Nice.
I'm send it. It's probably fun.
Freedom.
I like a little
Freedom.
You
blackjack
went there.
myself occasionally. Freedom, baby.
I like that though, because I think for me, like when I go to Vegas or something, I do bet, and I like because in Vegas you can just go in there and like you see everything that's like the bets you can make and all the things. So I just like go in there and like, oh, the Dallas Stars are playing tonight. Like, what's that look like? Bet $200 on it. They win. You know, you get 400. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so like for me, the sports bet is just like making it a little more fun because now you got something.
Now
you got some skin in the game on the deal. So it's like, oh, dude,
that's
they
how
won.
I look at fantasy football.
I guess it's like it's entertaining. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Bridging the Gap today. Hope you got some value. My name is JD De La Fuente.
And I'm Aaron Aponte.
Guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe, the follow, give us a shout, share with a friend. Until next time, much love.